zenmusician.net. I want to talk to you for a few minutes today about mastering your weaknesses. Basically, your weaknesses are unfortunate parts of your technique or your musicianship where you haven't spent enough time forcing your body to do the correct body motion or to remember the right things consistently under pressure. Remember, when you're under pressure, which is when it counts, your big auditions, your live shows, whatever the case is, when you're under pressure, the things that come out are what you're most comfortable doing. And if you're an intermediate player, a lot of times your ratio of correct to incorrect is something like 70% correct, 30% incorrect, and that can really hurt you because it's impossible for you to just say, well, I'm going to go into this audition and I'm going to play at the very upper end of my level, because it's very difficult to do that. So what you want to do is you want to expand your comfort range. Expand your comfort range to the point where you can do more things the right way comfortably. And so the 5 steps that you want to go through when you're working on your weaknesses are identify, brainstorm, isolate, incorporate, and repeat. The first thing you want to do is identify your weaknesses, and one of the easiest ways to do that is record yourself playing, listen back to it, slow it down, go back and replay those same things slower until you figure out what the difficulty is. What is it that you're not comfortable doing correctly? Whether it's coming down at the end of a drum fill and hitting your bass drum and your crash perfectly at the same time in the flow of time, right on that quarter note, or if it's something like if you're a guitar player and you're doing an arpeggio and you realize that you're kind of speeding up and slowing down in the middle of that arpeggio, and all of those 16th notes aren't actually 16th notes. They're a little bit off, some of them. So once you realize what that is, you can move on to the next step, which is to brainstorm. Look at all of your instructional books and DVDs, and if you need to go online and look for lessons, whatever you need to do to come up with some technical exercises that will work on your weakness. For example, if you are a keyboard player or a guitar player and you're not that experienced with playing in B minor, look for songs or transpose some songs into that key and force yourself to play in that key. If you're the drummer that has trouble hitting your bass drum and the crash cymbal at the same time at the end of the fill, look for exercises that force you to hit your right foot and your right hand together at the same time. Then what you do is move on to the next step, isolate, and you review those exercises and you determine which ones give you the highest number of quality repetitions for the time that you put in, and isolate those exercises that are the best. Make every minute of your practice count. We don't have all day, so what you want to do is look for maximum effectiveness. If you need to work on a certain body motion, figure out the exercises that force you to do that body motion the most times in a minute. What you do then is you incorporate. You take the best exercises that you can find and you specifically and intentionally put them into your practice routine. Knowing about your weaknesses will absolutely not help you at all if you don't work on them in your practice routine on a regular basis. If that's daily for you, then that's daily. If that's every other day or 2 or 3 times a week, whatever it is, whatever your practice routine is, take those exercises and put them into the routine. Because if you go in there absent-mindedly, as a musician, we tend to work on the very exercises that we're already comfortable doing, which is fine to a point. You will get better and a little bit faster at those specific things, but you'll get a lot better, a lot faster if you work on your weaknesses, because it brings your whole game, your whole technical level to a new place. After you've incorporated the best exercises into your practice routine, it all comes down to repeat. Take those exercises, get as many quality reps as you can. Improving your technique comes down to quality reps, the number of times you have performed a body motion correctly over the course of months or years. And the more reps you have, the more accuracy and precision that you'll have under pressure, because that's what comes out. What you're trying to do with weaknesses is you're trying to override what your body is comfortable doing and take that percentage of your skill and your technique and your musicianship that's not right, it's a little bit off. You're trying to reform your body and reprogram your body like a computer to do the right things and be more comfortable doing the right things than doing the wrong things. Right now, as an intermediate player, which most of us are, we're comfortable doing some of the right things and some of the wrong things. And where all the growth is taking your weaknesses and getting them up to the level where you can do them correctly. So if you have a passion to get better on your instrument, to improve your musicianship, spend more time focusing on your weak areas. As always, if you have any questions, just log on to zenmusician.net and send us an email or leave us a comment. Thanks.